Okay then guys, what's going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the first Descendant, where we've got a character here called Veissa. This is going to be the main character we're taking a look at today, and this is a maxed out character. Now before we get into it, I want to give a massive shout out to DPJ, who's actually allowed me to use any of the content that he has pushed up onto his channel. So massive appreciation to that guy. If you want to go and check him out for more first Descendant content, the link will be down in the description. But without any further ado, like, subscribe, and let's jump in. So starting off, we have got the abilities that Veissa actually uses. We've got Ice Beam, which is it fires an Ice Beam attack that targets a skilled attack usage on top of it. It actually seems to work really well with a 43% damage and nearby enemies within a 3.5% radius. This obviously gives an inflict an ice shackle effect, which is essentially, as you would kind of imagine, an ice effect, and this is your buffing character, essentially meaning that you are going to be causing a bit of a debuff on side of that ice shackle movement. And then we move on to the Frost Fog. Now, Frost Fog, essentially, it enters a state for 20 seconds. And in the Frost Fog state, running speed is increased by 30%. Your shield is obviously increased, and there's a big movement on that as well. Then we've got Ice Wave, where you project cold air forward in a fan shape, which causes a load of damage. And then we've got Blizzard, which creates a blizzard for 6 seconds, where the enemies get caught inside of it and causes a 50% damage buff. We obviously have all of the passive skills right here, which is a massive increase. Now, make sure that you guys are aware this is a fully maxed out character. So when you get into the game, it may not be so simple with these passive skills, but there is a lot that you guys will get inside of this when it comes around the Ice Fear and the Ice Shackle stages inside of this. The damage is absolutely mental, and the debuff state is absolutely incredible as well. Now, while we're on this screen right here, I do want to kind of stress out the way that the game actually looks. I am getting massive Outriders vibes, which does scare me a little bit, although the actual generic gameplay of the game does seem to look really smooth. This is an early beta version of the game, so please make sure that you do bear it in mind while you're watching the actual gameplay of it itself, although the user interface and stuff like that seems to work really nicely alongside the way they've got these characters panned out. But the game may not look exactly like this on full release, so again, please bear that in mind. Now, when we look at the actual user interface at the bottom, we do have a sort of a left bumper and a button movement for you controller players. This is going to be quite an interesting layout when it comes to actually using your abilities. I don't know how I feel too much about it, but there is 4 abilities that you guys can use, and you can use those in conjunction with each other, which is again quite an interesting motive, as when we go through the content for Bunny later on, you will see that there is some really big combo moves that you can use. As well, in this clip, DPJ actually answers quite a lot of the questions we had originally around traversing around the map. So as you can see, we did just see the grappling hook that we were able to utilize there. And it does seem that the grappling hook is a bit of a universal thing for all characters based on the content I've actually analyzed. The grappling hook is going to cause for some really interesting gameplay, and you can use it into your strategic movements in between skills and abilities. As you can see right here, it is a really nice way of being able to move around the map. Obviously, it is going to be limited, but when we take a look at how Veissa actually operates, it does seem to cause more of a sort of like an AR weapon damage cycle with the debuff that comes from the Ice Shackles. It is kind of interesting to see how this would work in a more PvE sort of styled multiplayer transversal move, mainly because the reason for that is that this is meant to be a debuff character. So when we use this alongside other players, you're going to find that you're going to cause very little damage in comparison to them, but you are going to be able to help them no end. It's kind of interesting to see how it is that this character is actually able to play solo as well, as it does seem to really hold its own, especially against general ads and stuff like that anyway. For me, this is a really interesting one, and one that you guys need to watch out for. Veissa is one of the top spot ones that I'm going to be taking a look at, and one that I'm really interested at when it comes to the way that this game plays. Let me know if you guys are interested in running Veissa as your first character inside of the first Descendant, and whether you enjoy the way that this game actually looks. I'm not too sure it's exactly what people had in mind, as obviously graphically, as far as the beta version goes, it is not on its top performance, but it does look very good all the same. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below. Thank you so much again for watching. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. As always, if you haven't already, And as always, I appreciate all your damn faces, and up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.